All right, guys, let's get started. So, just wanted to go over the whole process of becoming a new patient with us, what that entails, why go with Atlantic TRT, the importance of getting your blood work done, and at the end, we'll break out for some question and answers. I have Sophia on the call, who some of you guys might have spoken with. She kind of runs the day-to-day operations at the office, and some of you guys may have spoke with Cooper. He's one of our patient coordinators. He will be the one helping you get signed up after this call. So the first step with us is we send you two emails. The first one is a medical history form. Please answer this completely open and honestly. Any past surgery, any current medications you're taking, any past use of testosterone, whether through a clinic or black market, we need to know to treat you right. As soon as we get that back, we're going to be sending you what's called a blood requisite form. Just going to take it to a local LabCorp. If there's not one local by you, we have some other options. Nobody is out of reach for us to help. For males, we'll be doing a 26 panel comprehensive lab workup. For females, it's 28 panels. Most clinics are sending you for about a quarter page of biomarkers, which is not sufficient to treat you properly. Ours is 4 pages long. It's a deep dive. We are looking at your testosterone, your total testosterone, your free testosterone, which a lot of people don't know to check, your estrogen levels, which we don't think as males are super important for our sexual health. We are looking at your PSA levels, your A1C, liver values, checking for any vitamin deficiencies. It's like I said, the most extensive blood work that we can order through LabCorp. Of course, we would love you to order medications from us, but at the end of the day, we want you to just go get your blood work done, see what's causing these issues for you, check for any underlying conditions that may be happening that are going along with these issues, and get yourself checked for yourselves, for your families, for the people that depend on you. This year alone, we've uncovered 4 major underlying conditions and save some people's lives just because they chose to get their blood work with us. They never would have had such a comprehensive panel done if they had just gone to their GP or a clinic that doesn't really know what they're doing. As soon as we get that back, usually about 4 to 5 business days, we're going to schedule you a telehealth visit, one of our licensed clinicians. What's different about our telehealth is, if you haven't done telehealth to begin with, let's start there. It's basically a doctor consult over the phone or computer, one of our licensed clinicians. What's different about ours is it's not just hey, you have low testosterone, here's a box, we'll see you in 6 months. We're going to go over everything on that blood work, let you know what's low, what's high, explain some of the biomarkers you might not be familiar with, go over any current medications, and go over what your overall goals are. And then our medical team will take all that information from your medical history forms, your blood work, and everything discussed on that telehealth consult and put together a custom tailored protocol to your needs. It's not necessarily what I take. It's not necessarily what Cooper takes or anybody else you might know that's a patient of ours. It's all tailored to your needs. We don't believe that any form of medication should be treated as a one size fits all. You'll have a copy of the recommendations in your email shortly after, a copy of that blood work, and you're free to do with it whatever you choose. If you'd like to get a second opinion from another clinic, you just want to see what's going on, or you choose to order. Like I said, the main purpose of this call and all of our onboarding calls is just to encourage you to get your blood work done. That's pretty much the process to get started. I kind of wanted to go over probably the 10 most asked questions. Cooper, I'll probably go back and forth with you on this because you're hearing them on a day-to-day basis. Number one question: how much does it cost? We're going to be doing a special for everyone that's on this call for $249 for your blood work and your consult. We normally charge $399 for that. If you were to just do this blood work on your own and not go through us, we've had patients that have tried to go through their insurance, got kicked back, and I can forward you guys invoices from their insurance companies upwards of $2,400 to $2,700 for this blood work panel. So even at that 399 mark, it's a bargain. I know that the guys, sometimes I'll talk to them, they say, hey, I just can't afford that. It's all about life choices and what's important to you. I'm sure I have things in my life that I'm spending money on that probably are important to somebody else, as you can maybe see by the gun collection behind me. But this is your health. This should be number one. Cut out the Starbucks coffee, cut out the Zyn containers for a little bit, and put your health first is kind of what I emphasize for everybody. The medications, the price of that is going to vary based off of your blood work, but to give you a ballpark figure, basic testosterone therapy, and when I say basic testosterone therapy, you'll be getting brand name testosterone. In most cases, a supporting med to manage your estrogen levels and a supporting med to keep your natural testosterone level online. Even though after this blood work, if it does come back that your testosterone is on the low end, we don't want to shut down the production of any hormones in our body. This will include all your supplies and insured shipping. You're about $45 a week mark. We can send either a 10-week or a 20-week protocol. Next major question we get, do you work with insurance companies? Like I said at the beginning of this call about the blood work, they're just not willing to cover this extensive blood panel. Like I said, some people have tried to go through their insurance and it's been kicked back. As far as the medications, from our experience dealing with feedback from patients that have gone to either their GP or other clinics that did work with it, they're just not getting the necessary dosages or the supporting meds, which from my background of doing black market and doing this the wrong way, the reason I started this business, the supporting meds are more important than anything. It really makes the medications work a lot better. It's the safe way to do it, and you're under our medical team supervision. Getting one shot a month from your insurance is going to cause what we call peaks and valleys. You're spiking your testosterone and then it's going down towards the end of the month. It's super dangerous for your hormone levels to be doing that. What else are some major questions, Cooper? Can I use my existing blood work? If you just did your blood work, it's within any 2-week period, please send it over. We'll have our medical staff examine it. It needs to have the required biomarkers that we request on the blood work. I haven't seen any clinic that orders an extensive blood panel as we do, but we will try our best to make it work. A lot of guys, probably our number one referral source is people that go to their general practitioners. Not saying anything bad about general practitioners. They're great when you need them for a cold or rash, but they're not experts in hormone replacement therapy. I give this talk all the time. If you had a Ferrari, you probably wouldn't be getting your oil changed at Jiffy Lube. So we recommend coming to us. A lot of guys that go to their GP are, like I stated about the insurance, they're not getting the necessary dose. They're not taking any anti-estrogen, nothing to keep their natural testosterone online. They're not managing their hematocrit level. Donating blood while you're on testosterone, super important to be doing every 3 to 4 months, kind of like changing the oil out on your car. What medications do you offer? Obviously testosterone. We do peptide therapy, if you guys aren't familiar with them. Pretty much goal specific, some for weight loss, some for muscle gain, some for recovery. Lots of options once you do your blood work and your consult with one of our practitioners. ED medications, Viagra, Cialis. We have a couple of great blended compounded ones. Overall health medications for vitamin deficiencies, vitamin D, BioBoost for B12, Nitro-Amino that I just started taking. It's an awesome product that we just got. We have many different delivery systems for the medications. There's shots, there's creams, there's pills, there's troches that dissolve under your tongue. Patient specific, some things are better for other people than they are for the next. So that would be something that discussed on that telehealth call as well with our practitioner. Do I have to stay on testosterone forever? TRT is definitely a commitment of doing it the right way. If you're younger, we have some options of getting your natural levels up. I've been on TRT now for about 12 years, and there's no chance I'm ever coming off of it. It's changed my life. My girl hates when I have this conversation, but I have a puppy, a 4-year-old kid at home. I'm up at 5:30 every day, work out twice a day in the office, time to hang out with friends, time to hang out with an energy to hang out with family. There's no way I'm doing any of that without testosterone therapy. No, no shot. Touching on the kids, another big question we get a bunch: can I have kids? Guys, super careful with this. It's a myth. You can have children on testosterone therapy if you are just starting with us, or you've been on and you're having issues, or that your plan is to start your family. We have other options as well, but you can definitely have children while on testosterone. What happens if I've been taking black market? A lot of guys come to us, hey, I've been taking black market. I want to start doing this the right way. I don't want to worry about what's in the bottle I'm buying from Big Joe at the gym. No problem. That's my background. Was I did it wrong for many, many years. Now, we just had a call about this the other day. Those factories in China that are pumping out all that black market are the same factories that are producing all the fentanyl. So I don't know how well they're cleaning out those machines before they're going to make those black market testosterone bottles that you're buying online or from the guy in the gym. Just let us know. Open and honest is the best policy. If you are taking black market, we recommend coming off it for about 10 to 12 days before doing your blood work, so we can get a good baseline read and see what your body's doing on its own, but it's no issue. Cooper, any big questions that I'm missing?
No, I think you nailed it. The biggest question that I always get asked is the insurance one. And we run into a lot of the questions about, they're getting it from their general practitioner. Why is that better? So I think you nailed those two. The other thing I did want to say too is when guys are going through their general practitioner, what I've found is a lot of them are getting the one shot a week, and they explain that peaks and valleys pretty much without me even having to answer it. They say, I feel great the day I take the shot, and then say they take it on a Sunday. By, Friday, Saturday rolls around, they're struggling to get out of bed, their energy levels have crashed. They're right back to feeling the way they did before they started taking their shots. So that way, they kind of lose faith in the whole thing. So I've had to explain to them, that we split the dosages, which is better, obviously, than just taking one shot, to make sure that we're staying consistent and keeping those levels elevated.
Yeah,
Other than
a
that,
lot of guys that I talked to said they didn't even know that was an option.
exactly. So I've been touching on that a lot more. That's another question that comes up is the dosages, and is it a one-stop shop for everybody? And the answer to that is no. Everybody has a dose that they need, and that's where those blood labs come in and getting those results from those. So that just kind of rolls right back into how crucial it is to get your labs done. Making sure we're taking a deep dive into getting everything checked out. That's the thing that I feel like gets hammered home the most, is making sure that we're getting checked thoroughly.
Yeah, one more thing that just popped in my head. I know a lot of times I'll be in the office and I'll hear patients or people trying to come aboard say, I got to ask my wife, right? I know you run into this a bunch, Cooper. So
Yep.
this is just blood work. If you went to your GP or you went into the hospital and the doctor said, "Hey man, you need some blood work," you're probably not asking your wife if that's okay. This is the exact same thing. This is a doctor telling you, "Hey, you need to get some blood work done." This is ordered by our medical director, and that's all it is. That's what we're doing. We're ordering some blood work, seeing what's going on, and then if you want to show that to your wife before taking the next step in ordering medications, great. Like I said, we treat females. It's amazing when a couple or a family starts this journey together. It's motivating for both of them. I say it all the time that testosterone can save a bunch of marriages, but it can also cause problems if the males sex drive and energy starts going through the roof and the woman's not keeping up. So it's always a good idea for the females to see what's going on and see how they can optimize their bodies as well. Just checking. Anybody have any questions? You can put it in the chat on the bottom and we'll answer them for you. Anyone that wants to sign up after this call, if you don't already have Cooper's number, Sophia, if you could put that in the chat, and you will get that discounted sign up of $249. I'll also be including either 4 of our Atlantic trochees, which are sexual health aid, or a bottle of BioBoost on your first order on me to welcome you aboard after you do your blood working consult. Sophia, you see any questions down there yet? I'm just going to turn on the mics for everybody. Hey guys, if anybody has any questions, feel free.
Hey Jason, this is Eric. You hear me?
Hey Eric, how you doing, sir?
Hey, pretty good. I was typing it up, but it's just easier to say it. So you mentioned dosages, right? And how, so I'm thinking about like, is this a, does it depend on the person's dosage? Is this a daily thing, every other day kind of thing? How does the medication dosage goes?
Most people with testosterone, no matter what their dose are, like we mentioned, we want you to split the dose. So it's usually 2 injections a week. We send you super small needles. The supporting meds in most cases are an oral form. There are injectable forms of that as well.
Okay.
All kind of patient specific and what works for you. We do your blood work every 6 months to make sure everything's firing as it should, and then make any tweaks as needed.
Okay, cool. I was just thinking about like, was this like a everyday thing? And then, or like, if it was injections, like, does it need like, some special storage or stuff like
There are
that?
some medications that we offer that do need refrigeration. Most of those are peptides once they're mixed, but the testosterone, no need for cold storage. You have a script. You can drive with it in your car. I travel extensively. I've traveled overseas with it. No issues. It's like any medication. You have a script for it. It's yours. It's legal. It's the safe and right way to be doing this stuff.
The other thing I'll add to that as well, to Eric's point, is I have heard that before where guys have gone through other clinics and they're having them taking shots every day in small micro doses, I guess they would call it. And where that's great, but you're also now blowing through, all your needles, no one likes poking themselves every day, especially if you're taking other things too. So I have had that question as well sometimes, and I've heard that from other clinics that they do have their patients pinning themselves every day. So again, that was a good question to ask, because I've gotten that before too. So that's a fair point.
Any other questions, Eric?
The only other thing, like you mentioned that, it's the benefits, like you don't see yourself ever coming off of it. If anything, you say you have supporting meds for the natural testosterone. I think I looked it up years ago, but can the body return to normal stasis if you do if you do have to come off for some other reason?
So the way we prescribe is we're keeping your natural testosterone running as we introduce the injectable form. Basically, to simplify it, you have some factory workers that are making your test every day, even though it's on the low end. If we introduce the synthetic testosterone, your boys think they made enough, they hit their quota, they're going home. So what we do with the supporting medications is make them keep working. Even if you're on the low end, we don't want that to shut down. So if you did start testosterone therapy and you're doing it the right way, the way we prescribe, and for some reason you don't want to continue, you're never going to feel worse than you did on this Zoom call today.
Okay.
The horror stories you hear and what happened to me is I didn't know about any of this stuff, and I was just pumping testosterone, and I shut down my levels completely. So when it was a time for me to come off, I crashed. I felt like complete trash. There's really only three reasons you're stopping being a patient at Atlantic TRT. One, you want to go down the road to save $5 a month. And then in most cases, you're coming right back to us because they didn't offer you the level of customer service. You didn't have your patient coordinator cell phone number. You didn't have my cell phone number. You didn't have the medical staff's contact information. Even guys that go to their GP come right back to me. Hey, I want to use my insurance. Great, man. They go to their GP, they do the no supporting meds, the peaks and valley, they feel like shit, and they come right back. You want to have kids, like we mentioned at the beginning, you don't have to come off. We can put you on the protocol specific for that, or something comes up in your life, you can't afford it. I'm probably the only business that does this in the world. I'm going to send it to you on me, and then we're going to figure it out down the road. It's never bit me in the ass.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I met you over at Margin. I see you wearing the shirt. So
Yeah, man.
I've been thinking about it for a couple weeks now, couple months. So
Yeah, that was a great event. We got a bunch of your guys on board.
yeah,
I
so I have no more questions. So thank you.
You got it. All right, guys. Thank you again. Contact Cooper, contact the office. I'll put my personal cell phone on the follow-up email for everybody as well. If you need anything, please reach out. Thank you. God bless.